everybody. It's Friday morning, and it is just 1 week until it's going to be Christmas. Christmas Eve is next Friday. I just can't believe it's almost the end of the year. It's gone so fast, and I'm sure it's probably gone fast for you guys too. And this morning, I thought we would talk about the busyness, the craziness of that last week before Christmas. Do you have your Christmas tree up? Are all your decorations up? Have you started baking the cookies? Are you ready for the company that you're going to have? Or if you're traveling, are you leaving today? Are you leaving next week? Sometimes it can be very stressful. And the holidays are supposed to be one of those fabulous, fabulous times of the year. And Boots and Bounty, how are you? You're the first one in this morning. Oh, I guess there's other people, but they haven't made any comments. And, my cheaters. I can't read my comments if I don't have my cheaters on. I hope you guys are having fun. Are you ready for Christmas? I hope you are. And it's always such an interesting time of the year. Yesterday, we got a package from our son that lives in San Francisco. They had mailed it 2 days ago. So that was fast. Oh, Rick's here. Rick, how are you? Good morning, Sandy. Been a while since I've been able to make one of your lives. I have a card from you. I'm going to do a mail call. Look at all these cards I've gotten so far. I mean, I have other ones, but they're not from subscribers or members or anything. And Rick at Lala Farms is actually one of my members. So that's why he has that little S after where it says the Lala Farm. So thanks. And I thought I would do a mail call just before Christmas, and I'm going to show all my cards from all my members. And sometime next week I'm going to do that. But I appreciate it. And but it can be a crazy time of the year when it's not always, I think we get too stressed and it's not fun. Tony's here. Hi, Tony. How are ya? How is everything over in your neck of the woods? He's across the pond. I don't know if Tony will let me say where he's from. Mary, how are ya? And it's evening where Tony is most of the time on Monday night. Every once in a while he'll pop in, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's popping in to say hi to everybody. So this is a normal time, Tony, for you, since you're not getting up from the middle of your sleep. But I got a package from my son. It got here in 2 days. So I was really surprised because, during the time when it's the holidays, sometimes your packages are so much slower getting there. But the fun thing about it is my daughter-in-law, she's from Thailand, and it's a box, but she literally wrapped it in wrapping paper with just normal tape. And there was no damage to it, nothing. I haven't opened it, of course. But I was just like shocked when Joe brought it in. I thought it was from one of the neighbors because it was wrapped like a normal wrapping paper, and it was perfectly fine. And it had gone from San Francisco to Yuma, Arizona, and none of the paper was ripped. So I thought that was kind of fun. And it was like, oh yeah, there's just nothing to worry about. It's just the holidays. Oh, Tony says it's already dark this far north. Back home in Wyoming, it is dark, about 5 o'clock, where it doesn't get dark down here, even though we're the same time zone now. Part of the year we're not, but right now we're the same time zone, and it gets dark about 6:30, dark about 7. But I think it's just because we're farther south, and that makes the difference of it. But I was pondering yesterday when I got that package, the craziness of Christmas, on how we can do stuff to make ourselves crazy. Christmas shouldn't be crazy, but we can make ourselves crazy. And Tina Ladybug is here this morning. Hi, Tina. How are you? And Tina has been a great subscriber of mine, and I just so appreciate her. She's I sent her a ladybug, a fuse glass ladybug, because it's Tina Ladybug. So how could you not? But I have my tree up, and I have ribbon all around it, and we talked about how to decorate my tree, and so I appreciate everybody's suggestions. But I had it right here next to my computer, but I moved it out into the living room, so I can't show it to you. So Tina says she's on her lunch break. Alpine Gulch, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, and Merry Christmas to you. I always love that little bunny rabbit you have for your icon. I love people's icons, and you guys know I do. I'm always looking at people's icons, and I change my icon all the time. For a long time, I had it just my Suburban Homesteader Wyoming thing. I've had my photo. I've had both Joe and I. I've done a whole bunch of different things because I can, and so I do. I change it all the time. It's like changing your banner on your YouTube channel. You might as well change it all the time. And I did a YouTube survey this morning, and they're working on some stuff with playlists, and it's actually pretty exciting, some of the changes they might do to it. And so you guys look for that on how playlists might change, and I find it very exciting. Okay, so what is your favorite thing, your favorite part of Christmas? Now, for some people, it might be baking cookies, like I've been baking some different things and we had I guess you would call it a Christmas program in the village last night. It was down at the clubhouse, and there's a couple that live in our little village that are from Colorado, and she's a ventriloquist, and I guess she's performed lots of times for their Christmas program, and it was so cute and funny, and I was just surprised. She must be about, well, they've been married 50 years, so she's probably about 70. And she was really good, and she was really fun. And so that was fun. And there was ladies that sang, and there were groups that sang, and there were poems, and there were stories, and there was cookies. So that was fun. And so that is a fun thing to do at Christmas. So maybe your kids or your grandkids have programs, and that's your funnest thing to do at Christmas. But what's your favorite thing to do at Christmas? Is it just getting to know everybody? Oh, Rick says, watching the excitement on my grandchildren's faces. There is nothing as adorable, except maybe baby goats. That's true. Baby goats are good. But it is when they're little and they're opening those packages, it is just, I think it's as fun opening the packages for them as what's inside. I know it's fun for me. And when the kids were little, I used to guess before I would open a package. And I never looked inside beforehand, and it was just so funny because they ask you questions, and so it's kind of what they're going to get you because they're asking you what you want. And it got to where they wouldn't let me guess because I would know what was in the package. And they didn't think that was as fun. Tony says, giving my foster kids their presents, sledding with the kids, skiing, snowboarding if I get a chance. Those are fun winter projects, fun things at Christmas time. I wish we had snow down here sometimes, though. It's 51 degrees right now. I covered my tomatoes because it was going to get to 40. But I did have the other day, not last night, but the night before, I covered everything. But there were some pumpkins that were outside, and they had a little damage. It wasn't cold enough. It wasn't frost. It was just, I think they're just so used to the warm temperatures. And then it got to 36 degrees, which is cold for us. I think last year the coldest that we saw was about 48. So there was some damage on there. And Tina says, this year Christmas is going to be even better. I can't keep my 2 grandbabies out of the presents. One time when they want to, they don't understand they have to wait for Christmas. They just want to open them. One time I was in high school. My sister's 2 years older than me. And she was over at her best friend's house. And they decided to get into some wine, Christmas wine. Well, then they opened every package under the tree and tried to repackage them. They got busted. That is so uncharacteristic of my sister. If you know my sister, she's very linear. And it was just one of those crazy things that high school girls decide that this is a good idea until you get caught. I don't think they got in very much trouble, but it's one of those funny things, funny stories that, because Christmas, Christmas, of course, is about Jesus, but Christmas is also about memories and families coming together. And I love those. I can picture in my mind different Christmases and the different trees, not all of them, but certain ones were just so, maybe it was just that Christmas that made it so memorable. Rick says, we have an odd tradition for decorating. We hide a pickle decoration somewhere on the tree, and the kids take great pride in claiming the title for she who finds it. Madeline got it this year. That is a fun tradition. It used to be when we were growing up, there was this, it was like a pastry thing. And somebody had given it to somebody for Christmas, but had wrapped it up just to be funny because it was something they liked. Well, that person saved it, and it was just hard as a rock, right? It hadn't molded. I don't know how it hadn't molded. It's, bread stuff, a roll, a donut thing. And so every year for years and years, they would give it to somebody else. It was just the funnest, craziest thing. And they would wrap them up elaborately. And it was just so silly and so fun. And it was something to remember. Tony says it will be 36 tonight, and it's 40 now. We're expecting a low of 14 Fahrenheit. Ooh, that's cold. Back home, I think the high today is 13 or 14 degrees and low is 1. Not much snow, but it has turned to cold, where it had been warm for a long time. But and Alpine Gulch says, the smell of the tree and the memories it invokes. Isn't that true? Smells can be just so, they'll just take you back to a memory. I love the smell of trees. And in fact, on my fused glass, after Christmas, I have a new firing schedule that you can put plants in. And you're going to put different layers of colors on the plant material. And the plant will actually burn off because it's just sitting on the glass. It's not in between the glass. But it makes like a fossil. And so I'm going to try some of that. And Dale, how are you? Merry Christmas. And I hope you're having a great Christmas. And Ann is a member too, so you can see that little S on there, the little sign. But she's driving and listening. And Ann has been one of my guests on a Monday night, and we were like peas in pod. So, Ann, I love you. I hope you're having a Merry, Merry Christmas. That's so kind of you to stop in while you're driving. And she has a great channel. You have to check her out too. And you will see that Nightbot is doing different members. So Nightbot will do Ann, and they'll do Lala Farms, and all of my different members that are, some of them are channels and some of them are just subscribers that have become members. So I appreciate that. And Joe has gone to get hearing aids. Joe has not been able to hear for, I don't know, 25, 30 years. He hasn't been able to hear. We'll go to dinner with some, people, my mom and dad, or some friends of ours, and we get home and he always says, I didn't hear half the conversation. Of course you didn't, because you don't have hearing aids. And maybe it was just one of those, I feel old if I have hearing aids. I don't know what it is. But I've been teasing him for weeks, because he's had this appointment for a long time, that when he gets them, he's going to be telling people, stop talking so loud. But I'll come in and he'll have the TV on. It is blaring. And it's like, why is the TV so loud? But he's always telling me, people are mumbling. And I keep telling him, people are not mumbling. It's because you can't hear. And so you might think they're mumbling, but they're not mumbling. They are talking normally. And Nisi's here. How are ya? She says, good morning, everybody. I just woke up. Totally slept in this morning. I think people should sleep in sometimes. My mom always says, my dad gets up early and then she feels guilty if she's laying there, so she gets up. And it's like, just sleep. You don't have to get up. You're retired. You're 83 years old. Dad's 90. Sleep in. I don't understand it. You don't have to get up. My dad usually gets up at 6:30, 7 o'clock. I tell him, you don't have to. Rick says, Lala tells me all the time I am not listening to her. I'm going to tell her I need hearing aids. I think it will work. Do it. Let me know what Lala says. Just say, sorry, maybe I need hearing aids. I just didn't hear you. Oh, Tony says, dinner is ready. Gotta go. Merry Christmas to everyone if I don't see you before then. Tony, I hope you have a blessed Merry Christmas, that you have fun and you guys have just a blast, and have a good dinner tonight too. And so Rick, Nisi says that you're supposed to do it and then tell us how it turns out. Do you think you'll fool her? That is just so fun. If you haven't seen Lala Farms videos lately, they have been making this enclosure, and they have all these different, it's in segments. So, because it's a huge build, and all the different things they did. So you have to check that out. It's very interesting. And the chickens are wandering through and while they're working, and they're good videos. You'll have to check them out. I appreciate when homesteaders show the process. Another really good one, he's one of my members, is Jason over at Homesteading Northern Michigan. And when he built his, I call it a chicken castle. He calls it a chicken mansion. And he has an area for the rabbits. He has area for the chickens, has its own water catchment segment now. And that is awesome. Oh, and Rick says that they hope to the final walkthrough this weekend. Oh, good. I'll check that out, because that's been interesting watching them build that. And that's part of the fun of homesteading channels is, taking an area, changing it into something else. If it's gardens or chicken coops or goat enclosures or whatever it is that you're doing, because then people can watch that and learn from it. And I think it's, why make mistakes and why make things harder for you when you can watch how somebody's done it successfully? And so I like it. And I like it when if it's a big project, that they break it into parts, because maybe you're building also. And so it's a nice way to, okay, this are the steps that they did. How can I mimic that? Or how can I take what they did and tweak it into what I'm doing? So I appreciate when people do that. So thanks, Rick, for doing that, because that has been interesting. Now, what are we doing for Christmas? Well, several of our kids are going to Portland. One of our daughter and her husband live in Portland. And so they're meeting. So there's a whole group of them going there. I'm trying to talk Angie and her husband for coming down, because the company she works for in Utah, actually is out of either New Zealand or Australia, one of the two, or maybe they have places in both places. But like in New Zealand, when it's Christmas, everything closes for at least a week, sometimes more. Well, Angie literally has almost 3 weeks off. It's paid. It doesn't count as their vacation. And that's just something that they do down there. And so that company owns the building, where she works, and everything's closed. And I think they should just come down and see us because it's cold there. She sent me pictures. They had got new snow. There was icicles all off of their front porch. It was beautiful, actually. And it made me miss snow. Nisi says, I will not build anything like that, but I love watching people create things with their hands. Me too. I just love it. I love that whole process. And homesteaders are some of the most ingenious people I have ever met. They can make something out of nothing, really. They got stuff around their homestead. They don't have the money to do it because, it's a mother of invention. Oh my gosh, my little brother is here. Hi, Doug. How are you? Thanks for being on my live. You and Shelly on my live on Monday night. If you haven't seen that, it's a great way to get to know Doug and Shelly, and you will just love them. Doug is one of my members, and I appreciate him popping in. He's saying hi to everybody. And Doug, we were talking about homesteaders right now and building stuff. Now, Doug, the wind came through. They had a storm. Was it about a week ago now? Time goes so fast. It's hard to tell. And it literally picked up their enclosure and lifted it, and it straddled the fence. It was ruined. And so now they have to do something else. But one of their friends is using parts of that enclosure for something else. And that's what homesteaders do. They go from one thing, maybe you're tearing down, or a neighbor has something that needs an old building torn down. What can you do with that wood? What can I do to do something? And that's what I think homesteaders have, that mindset of why waste money when there are things we can do to fix things, or to build things. And I love that. Doug says I'm working on putting together a plan for a pole barn. Oh, see, that would be a fun thing to watch too. So if you do that, Doug, we will be watching it. Now, Doug, since you just popped in, tell us your favorite thing about Christmas. And because we've been talking about, and sometimes, like Rick said, it was the grandkids opening the presents, the smells of trees, and how the memories just come flooding back onto us. And Lala's on Rick's at Lala Farm, they hide a pickle ornament, and the grandkids have to find it, and they become the winner. Doug says, family getting together. I love that too. I love that, especially, at first it's the excitement of eating together. You have your turkey or your ham or your prime rib or whatever you're doing. But then after everybody's just sitting around, that's when those stories start pouring out, and you learn things. Every time we're at a big family dinner, especially when there's aunts or cousins that are older, or sometimes it's just my mom and dad talking about a story, and it's like, I don't remember that, or I never knew that about this person in our family. I love that. And those memories. My aunt, she's the historian of our family. She has all kinds of lineages of branches of our trees, of this person married this person. And she's the keeper of secrets and the keeper of stories. And I just love that. Oh, good, Doug. Our oldest son, who got married and moved away, is coming to visit. Oh, Shelly must be so excited. It's hard when your kids are away, and our kids are just like scattered across the country. Because when you have 7 kids, they got their own lives and they have things to do and things that they want to do. And so they're just in lots of different states. Though this year we did see every single one of them, and that makes a mom happy. But this year, no, unless I can convince Angie and Aaron to come down for Christmas, nobody's coming to see us for Christmas. But we have mom and dad here, and my cousin Dennis lives down here. But it's hard when your kids aren't at Christmas. But we'll talk, we'll video chat, and we'll have everybody on so we can see everybody and talk to everybody, and that will be fun. It'll be fun to see all the different trees, because they'll have all their Christmas stuff decorated. And I've seen some of the stuff that our different kids are doing already. Like Grace, she has a little Nisa, and Nisa is 3. Well, Nisa is born in just before Thanksgiving, November 19th. And so what she does is, after her birthday party and everybody's gone home, her and Nisi, I was just looking over here on my chat, Nisa, put up the Christmas tree. And that's just something that they do. That's just a tradition that they do. And so even though it's right before Thanksgiving, and some people put their Christmas tree up on Thanksgiving weekend, Nisa's birthday is so close to it. That's just a tradition that they've started. And it's a great way for them to, because when you're doing the tree, it slows you down, because Nisa's just had her birthday. She's been all excited. So many people, and it's just a perfect thing for them. AZ Highland Homestead, how are ya? Thanks for stopping in. Merry Christmas. And Sheila's here. Hey, I have Christmas cards. Thank you for the Christmas card. I'm gonna do a live chat with all my Christmas cards from members and subscribers. So thank you so much for that. And since you guys just popped in, what is your favorite thing, your favorite part about Christmas? Is it people, cooking, presents, the snow? What's your favorite thing about Christmas? I love that families have traditions. Like Christmas Eve, we are going to have chili and oyster stew. We have had that since we were little. My mother hates oyster stew. But my dad loves oyster stew. And my dad makes a mean chili. I mean, I have made chili lots of times, and it's always good. But my dad does something, and I don't know if it's the amount of garlic that he puts in, because he doesn't do it much different than me, but it is really good chili. And so my dad is the cooker usually. If we're together, he makes the oyster stew and he makes the chili, because that's something he likes to do. And when he's 90 years old, you let him do whatever he feels like. My favorite part of Christmas, hearing Christmas music. It's worship music that is part of our culture's tradition at this time of the year. So true. I love that. I do. I seriously love that. I've been helping my dad take Christmas CDs, and he wanted them on a thumb drive. Well, you would think that was pretty easy. Well, it's pretty easy now, but before I didn't know how to do it. But most CDs are protected, that you can't take them off of the CD. You're not selling them or anything. He just wanted it because he's in the village down here. There's a parade, and he's decorated his golf cart, and he wanted to be able to put a thumb drive into his little USB port so that he could play music while he's in the parade. But we couldn't do it. So then I searched for a thumb drive with Christmas music. I couldn't find one. And I thought, surely people take CDs, they take the music off it, and they put them on thumb drives. So I Googled it, and I found a way. You have to literally rip the songs from the CD. And you have to have the right program to do that. Well, Microsoft has a program. It's in your bundle, and because I have that on my computer, and you rip it off, and then you can put it on a thumb drive. So now my dad has music. And then he wanted it in a certain order. So I had to do that, which it was easy, you know. I just used numbers in front of the songs. And so then it just does it in the right order. Sheila says, my favorite part is we cook a Mexican dinner and of course having the family together. We cook taco meat that my husband's family has made for over 50 years. That is amazing. That is a great tradition. I love traditions. And Molly Cakes is in. Hey Molly, how are ya? Fun, fun, fun. Merry Christmas, Molly. Merry Christmas to everybody. Oh, Spotify works well with that. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, once I, because I Googled it and I tried a couple of things that people said and they didn't work. And then I found this one and that was on my computer and Dad's computer. It was easy. And it was like, oh my gosh, you can take songs and put them on the thumb drive. So it worked perfect. Oh, Karen is here. Good morning, Sandy. Hi, everybody. Merry Christmas, everyone. How are you this morning, Karen? I got a Christmas card from you. Thank you. I'm going to do a mail call. And thank you for the recipes. Karen is one of my members, so I appreciate that she's coming in and saying hi to everybody. She has a great channel, too. I hope when you go through, when you scroll up and down on the chats, that you check out all the channels and become subscribers of them, too. I just appreciate it. You can build your own playlist on Spotify and then play it from about any device. Good to know. Can you put it on a thumb drive? So, because Dad wanted specific ones off of CDs. Because he had one that was Bing, Christmas songs by Bing. How can you go wrong? And he wanted White Christmas. And so the way we did it worked fine. But I will try Spotify because if it's an easy thing to do, I will try it out. My card for you is on its way. Thank you. Did you get your package yet? Had to send my brother a little something, I hope he likes it. Well, everybody, I hope you have a great Christmas. I will be here Monday night for live. And on Christmas Eve morning, I am going to do a live. And it should be kind of fun. I'm going to do a giveaway too. So if you're up on Christmas Eve morning, most people will be off that day. Oh, Doug didn't get his. Didn't get it yet. I'm checking the P.O. box today. It's hard to tell. Things go fast. Things aren't fast. Tim, how are ya? Hello, 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 and Merry Christmas. But on Friday morning, next Friday morning, because it's Christmas Eve, I'm going to do a giveaway. Because it's Christmas and I thought it would be fun. And oh, let me show you what I'm making on my fused glass video today. They're little bird ornaments. They're so funny. Woo! And like this one, the eyeball is a flower. But I'm going to show you how to make them. They're fun. Fun. Get this one. This is probably my favorite one. And they're just little ornaments. So silly, so fun. Because I'm sometimes very easily entertained. And I made some big birds, but those are my little tiny ones for a Christmas tree. So, and I'm giving them away. So, Anne says, sorry, I can't chat, driving, but hello, everybody. She's chatting. She's not supposed to be chatting while she's driving. Anne, be careful. But everybody, thanks, Sheila. They're cute, and I'm not quite done. I'm going to do some other kinds of birds, too. But everybody, oh, Melanie. Hello. Melanie is one of my members, too. That's so nice of all these members in here this morning. I hope all of you members got your package, or you should get them by this weekend, I hope, if the mail is anywhere. It's supposed to be 3 days, so, but who knows about that. But everybody, Merry Christmas. I hope you have a fabulous time. And I will be live Monday, live next Friday morning, giveaways. So hop in on Christmas Eve. And Melanie, I know you love cardinals. And it says should be there by the 21st. So fun. Oh my gosh, Dan is here. What did I miss? Rare non-work day for me. Stumbled across your live. How are you, Dan? Oh my gosh, more people are popping in. Hello. Runneth Over Garden and Life. They have such fun videos. Interesting videos. You have to check them out. Seriously, you will love them. And and Mary Ranch is in. Mary's one of the members too. Thank you guys for coming in. And I know some of you just popped in, but my day is totally full. And I already was up this morning, uncovered the banana trees. Gulf Coast ACR Scrapper is here. Hello. How are you? Merry Christmas. See, maybe I should always be longer than a half hour. All these people popping in now, saying hi to everybody. Okay, I'm going to stay a little bit longer. All you guys that popped in, we were talking about what is your favorite thing about Christmas? Tell me what your favorite thing is. Maybe it's a tradition. Maybe it's a food. Maybe it's opening presents. Maybe it's being with grandkids. Maybe celebrating Jesus, the reason for Christmas in the first place. I love Christmas. I do. And I have to tell you, when we first moved to Wyoming and I was away from most of the kids, I mean, some of them came to Wyoming for a little while, but, they were getting older. They were about to, start their lives. Christmas was hard at first when we didn't have any kids around, and was Joe's schedule. A lot of times he was working on Christmas because the younger guys had families. And so Joe would work because our kids were grown up. So it was hard. And we would drive over to Rapid and we see part of them. But there was only a few that were in Rapid. The rest of them were all over the place, different states. Birth of Jesus, all the different colored lights and all the beautiful Christmas cards. I love all that. That's just fabulous. Dan says, watching folks open presents and seeing the joy they have. Isn't that fun? Especially little kids. Like watching Nisa open packages. And then when she's done with her packages, she wants to open other people's packages because it was just so fun opening packages. And so it's like a frenzy. But she's 3. And Mary says, my favorite is to see all the family together. That is always so spectacular. Family together and stories, they talk about sometimes people that have passed and all the memories that we've had with that family member that's not with us anymore. And I love those memories, and it brings them closer to your heart again. And I love that. Melanie says, Jesus, of course, but I love the decorations and watching the kiddos. Me too. It's just so fabulous. Doug says, the older I get, the more important it is for family to be together. I agree. And it's not possible sometimes. It isn't. People, they live different states. They have different work schedules. It's just hard to do sometimes. And then the cost of travel can be prohibitive. Christmas to me, enjoying the time I still have with my parents and the blessing. Oh, me too. You know, my dad is 90 and my mom is 83. And no, I take that back. Is she 84 now? Oh my gosh. I have to figure that out. I'm going to have to subtract. No, I think she's still 83. Questioning that now. I'll have to figure that out after I'm done. Because part of the year, they're 7 years apart, and part of the year, they're 6 years apart. No, I think it's 83. I think I'm right. And then when Dad turns 81 in April, then it's the time when they're 6 years apart. But, you know, that is one of the reasons why we came to Arizona for the winter. Because my parents have been coming down here for 20, 25 years. And we live right next to them. And it has been such a blessing to spend that time. Because once they started coming down, they rarely came back at Christmas time. You know, so they would do stuff at the clubhouse or do stuff with my Aunt Marion, things like that. And having this time together with them at the holidays has just been such a blessing. I mean, I miss the kids, but I don't know how many times, how much longer I will have with my mom and dad, where logically I have lots more time with my kids unless something happens. And okay, it was nice. Thank you so much. And Merry Christmas to you. I hope you have a great time in Florida. It's nice and warm, and I hope it's wonderful. Doug says it's the first time without your dad. Doug, I can't even imagine that, actually. And I know it's going to be hard for your mom. But know that we're surrounding you, that we love you beyond words, Doug. Seriously. Doug has become family, you know, and that is one of the best things about YouTube. And, you know, when he's hurting, we're hurting. And Doug, we just love you. You know, seriously, you and Shelly both. Okay, I have to stop that. Okay. But, you know, through YouTube, we have gotten to have so many great friends, Doug and Shelly included, and so many that are in the chat right now. And when they're going through stuff, we go through that with them because we love them and we pray for them and we want to help them. And that's a hard thing. It's a hard thing when you lose your mom and dad. And I say all the time how blessed I am that I still have them. But there will be a day that I won't have them, you know, especially with my dad being 90. Though I tease him and I tell him he could easily live to 20 more years because he's in good health, you know. So I pray that God gives him lots more years that I have with him. And so, Doug, we love you. And we're praying for you and for your mom, too, because this will be a hard Christmas for her. Melanie says, I'm so sorry, Doug. My heart and my prayers are with you. I lost my mom 3 years ago. And so the holidays are hard when you lose people, you know. It's hard when they're just not there, but it's really hard when they're gone. So you have to wrap those memories that you have of that person in your heart and just, you know, just breathe in all that love that you guys shared and all that time that you had together. And it is just amazing, the people in our lives. And I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Melanie says she was the one who kept the Christmas spirit going. There's people in everybody's family that they're that person that, you know, you congregate. I remember when my grandmother, my mom's mom, passed away, because she was one of those people that, I mean, for weeks beforehand, she had everybody over. We were making chocolate covered cherries. We were making so many different kinds of cookies. And huge things at Christmas. And she always had these fabulous Christmas trees. And I think because she was so poor when she was young, that she just always went overboard with Christmas. And there was just so many presents and so many things that she did for Christmas. And so then you have to have somebody else become, when they're gone, become that spirit of Christmas. So Melanie, maybe you become that spirit, or one of the other people in your family, because it's a beautiful time. And Doug says, I got to go, Sandy. Blessings to you, all of you, to you all, and a very Merry Christmas. And I have to go too. I have so many things to do today. But everybody, thank you so much. I will see you Monday nights live. And remember, Friday, Christmas Eve morning, I'm doing giveaways. Love you guys. Merry Christmas.